Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever. Good, good, good. Hi, I'm Jan. I'm from New York, but I do love to help people save money and more with Jan. How you doing today? Thank you so much for being here. If you're returning, if you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I do appreciate every single one of you. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Listen, there are two ways to earn money, of course, more than that. But if we're going to break it down to a nutshell, there are two ways. There's the hard way to earn money, and then there's a smart way to earn money. And many, many days, almost like a mantra, you will hear me mention I love to help people save some more or keep some more of their own hard earned money. I also like it for people to have their money increase in a smart manner too. There are ways and there are ways, and let's talk about it. Back in a minute. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Every single day, there are things we do, decisions that we make, obligations that we have. Some of us have a family of one, some of us have a family of 10. It all depends on our situation. And there are ways and there are ways. Now, some of us have to work a little bit harder to earn some more of our money. Some of us can also earn our money in a less arduous situation. And I call it smarter, if you will. That's a very common phrase, but we are all smart. Anyone listening to Frugal Channels that cares enough about your budgeting right off the bat tells me you are one very smart individual. I'm just saying, it doesn't even have to be my channel. I mean, any channel that's in the frugality. We have such great channels here. I want to congratulate every single body that tries this. I'm telling you. But there are things that we do in our behavior that can really, well, it could change things a little bit. For example, working so hard only to hand out our physically earned hard money, for example, like long hours, sweating, rescheduling things. The specific tasks that we do may require a lot more, a lot more intensified issue of working, like literally labor type thing. This is why. Think twice, and I'm sure that a lot of people listening do. Maybe there's some that are just learning and everything, and that's totally cool. And as time goes by, we learn. For example, if you can put your money, the same money, same amount of money, let's say that you want to put away $10,000 somewhere, wouldn't it be smarter to look around for the best possible higher interest accounts where you could place your money? Of course, that is an example of working smarter with your money. Now, also, when we work really, really hard or smart, we also, like I always say, have to be very careful about where we assign our money, where we choose for our money to go. Okay. It's not good enough just to say and create a list of budget of things. Like things could go to that place, like, for example, clothing budget, but I budgeted it. A person may include in a budget, let's say X number of dollars every month to buy new clothes, but in your own reality, and only you or someone else or myself, only we can determine our own reality. You have to ask yourself, do we really need to? Just because the money, the funding is there, does that necessarily mean? Does it absolutely mean go out and squander the money? This is a word you hardly hear anymore. Squandering. Remember when we were kids? Well, those of us of a certain age anyway. And I don't want to make myself out to be like this, ancient person, okay? Because honestly, well, my mind is not ancient, put it that way, okay? Maybe chronology. But I laugh it off and, I chalk it up to being a wiser individual in my life. I don't compare myself to anyone else. But, experience is literally the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. So getting back to everything, why would I want to just fork out, hand over blindly thinking to, in my opinion, in my life. See where I'm going with this? Everyone has to examine their own life. And I think that part of the problem, I could be wrong, but I think part of the problem why many times all of us at some point mess, no one is perfect, only, the good Lord is. But I think in our own humanity, sometimes we just don't think. We just either we're too, I don't know, lazy. I don't know what it is, but we don't take a minute and step back and, take a breath and say, why am I doing that as opposed to doing that? For example, some things to me make zero sense. Can you imagine a person working really, really hard at their job? And what they say is, I deserve, well, there are problems in my mind's eye about that word, but that's another show. Excuse me, please. I deserve this $10 cup of Joe. Okay. Well, now if somebody happened to gift you with that $10 card and you normally don't ever do that and you have to use it because you don't want it to go to quote waste, okay? You use it, you get the experience of this, $10 cup of Joe. I'm just being a little facetious here with that. But I'm just saying, you experience the $10 cup of Joe and you say, "Okay, now I know how the other half lives." But if you're a person, if we are people that, it's really sometimes a challenge to make ends meet because of certain outside factors that have nothing to do with you as a person, things that you can't necessarily control, although we can always control our reactions to things. But sometimes, well, this is where the rubber hits the road type thing, if you will. And sometimes you have to face the reality. Do I really need, now here's the word, again, need versus want. And it always comes up to better money management. One thing to go to those type of places when you were gifted at the recent holiday season to go and have yourself a $10 cup of Joe. Okay, so you had your $10 cup of Joe. Did it change your life? Maybe, and I'll tell you why. Maybe you realized that that $10 cup of Joe is not all necessarily that it's cracked up to be. A while back, I don't know when, I would say a good year and a half back, it was on a different platform. Someone was whining, crying, and complaining because they had to reduce their budget. Who doesn't have to reorganize their budget? Budgets are living and breathing things that need readjustment, right? And that's working smarter. So this person was complaining, and I mean almost to the point of teary-eyed. I kid you not. I kid you not. Almost teary-eyed that they had to stop going to those places with the $7 and above cup of Joes. Well, 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 isn't that just such a horrible, horrible thing? Listen, we all have to make adjustments, but maybe one day that person will realize for all the times they had to work longer hours, okay? Maybe a little extra sweat in the summer as opposed to getting home a little bit earlier, enjoying their day to earn for an extra cup of expensive Joe. But that's me. That's me. That's why I do believe that we all need to step back and ask ourselves hard earned versus smartly earned money. Okay? You just have to think about it and readjust your budget. And that's it. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care of yourself and your wonderful family.